The Charismatic Charlie Wade. Chapter 11.
After the three bows, tears were swirling in Harold's eyes, but he didn't dare to do anything rash now. He knew that his grandma was very disappointed and agitated at him now, so no matter what, he shouldn't enrage her any further. Lady Wilson heaved a sigh of relief after seeing Harold bowing and admitting defeat. She didn't wish for his precious grandson to bow his head at Charlie the loser, but they had made a bet that involved her. She was a very devoted Buddhist. If Harold didn't keep his promise, she would certainly be so afraid of the retribution and karma to come at her that she would have trouble eating and sleeping. Thus, she looked at Harold and said flatly, "Harold, treat these three bows as a lesson for you. Next time, don't bet on something that you have no absolute certainty of. Even if you wish to make a bet, keep your family out of it." With a pouty face, Harold grumbled, "Okay, Grandma, I know better now. I'll never do it again." As he spoke, his eyes glared towards Charlie viciously, thinking, "You bastard! How dare you force me to kneel and bow before you? You made me lose face today. I swear I'll get right back at you sooner or later." Then, Lady Wilson stated, "It is a joyful day today, now that Claire has won the contract. Come on everyone, we must hurry and make our preparations now. We must take this opportunity to build a good partnership with Emgrand Group." Charlie reminded, "Grandma, since Claire has succeeded in striking the deal, don't you think you should announce the appointment of Claire as the director of the company as you've promised?" Lady Wilson arched her eyebrows, thoughts were running in her mind. She did say that whoever won the contract would be appointed as the company's director. However, Claire was not her favorite all this while. Her loser husband had always irritated her too, and some ideas were slowly brewing in her mind again. What if Claire got out of her control after she was appointed such a high position in the company? What would she do then? In that instant, she wanted to withdraw her promise. After all, she didn't swear on an oath when she made such a promise, so she wouldn't feel bad at all if she took it back. However, saying such a statement right after Claire struck the deal would be unwise, so she said, "Let's do this instead. Tomorrow night, I'll hold a banquet, inviting all the prominent and influential people in Aurous Hill to the party. At the banquet, I'll officially announce our collaboration with Emgrand Group and the appointment of the new director." Charlie was relieved with satisfaction after Lady Wilson's statement. Claire also smiled, reassured. Finally, the position of the director was hers. She didn't have to be elbowed and isolated anymore, and her parents could finally stand upright and be proud. Lady Wilson turned to look at Claire and said, "Claire, I need you to do something for me." "Yes, Grandma, what is it?" "I want you to contact the chairman of Emgrand Group and invite him to attend tomorrow's banquet." After a pause, she continued with anticipation, "If he is able to attend our banquet, it will be an extravagant boost to our family. It will also push our name out to the public, making us more famous." Claire pondered for a while and said hesitantly, "But I only met Doris Young, the vice chairman. I didn't see the chairman himself. By the way, don't you think it's a little too deliberate to organize the banquet when we've just gotten the contract?" "So what? I want to tell the whole Aurous Hill that we're now bound to Emgrand Group. We're going to be very successful and rich." Lady Wilson continued, "Even if the chairman doesn't want to come, you can invite Doris Young. It's the same. She is the second person in charge of Emgrand Group. She would also be an honorable guest to have at our banquet." She was already grinning in excitement when she thought of it. She felt her body pumping with hot blood when she imagined how those big cooperates and families who had discriminated against the Wilson family would have to humble themselves and serve under the Wilson family. The Wilson family would become more brilliant and lavish in her hands. Claire pondered for a moment before answering gingerly, "Okay, I understand. I'll try." "Don't try it. You must." Claire nodded reluctantly, then turned to Charlie and whispered, "What should I do? What if the chairman doesn't attend? What if Doris Young doesn't want to come too?" Charlie chuckled and said, "Just try and see. You have Doris Young's number, don't you? Maybe she'll agree as soon as you call her, who knows?" The purpose of the banquet was not only to demonstrate the strength of the Wilson family, but also to announce Claire's promotion to the director. As her husband, it would be a joyful event to support his wife and to celebrate her promotion. At this time, Claire didn't know that her husband was the chairman of Emgrand Group. She fidgeted her fingers anxiously and sighed before saying, "He is the chairman of Emgrand. I heard that he is some young master from an extremely wealthy family in Eastcliff. This kind of person must be very busy with his daily business. How would he be able to spare the time to attend some whatnot banquet?" Charlie laughed and said, "I don't think so. Perhaps he's someone who spends his time with his wife at home every day, cooking and doing the laundry all day long. Who knows? Claire rolled her eyes at him and teased, "Do you think everyone is like you?" Charlie nodded. "Yes, maybe the boss of Emgrand Group is just like me." Claire pursed her lips and snorted, "Cut it out. That's impossible."